Greetings all. Today I want to talk to you about nature, growth, soil, and seeds. What if this was your biggest dream? What if this was your most important relationship? Right now it might look small, but if you plant this in the ground and you care for it right and it's good soil, you're going to get something entirely different. You're going to get one of these guys. So if you want that to happen, you have to start planting good things in the soil of you. Now, we've talked about this Genesis-like thing. The first 3 days of creation story are about foundational things. The same way my morning routine is about foundational things. Getting my head and my heart in the right space, because what you plant carries attributes on forward. If you get a job and you work crappy in the dish room, you're gonna work crappy when you own the place. There's these patterns to life. If you look at this pine cone, you can see it grows outward in this spiral pattern I've talked about before. Golden ratio, or Fibonacci is fancy terms for it. But the point is, there's math in nature, and this pine cone grows in this certain spiral. Well, once it's a tree, it does the same thing. You look at these trees here, see a spiral pattern. So the branches grow out in this pattern up the trunk that start with the seed and branch outward into the rest of your life. Everybody wants to jump straight into getting into action, and this whole world acts like action is everything. Well, the right actions are everything. The right steps are everything. But if you just start building with no blueprint and you don't know what you're doing, or you don't care what you're doing, you're going to build something that it's not going to last. Building on the sand instead of the rock. So in Genesis, we get this picture originally of this stormy ocean. God's kind of bummed that it's not good for his kids, and he does these foundational steps. And then this next step is he begins to fill the framework that he created, just like a contractor would build the foundation and the framing of the house, and then start to put in the drywall and the socketry and the plumbing and all those things, begin to fill it. That's what's happening here in this story. And the first step of that is soil. God creates dry land, something solid to stand on, something concrete. That's a great metaphor for after you've done your prayer time and reflection and meditation, affirmations, then you can start letting your thoughts wander. What do I need to do? What problems do I face? But ultimately, you're driven by that vision of who you are and what you want to create with your life. Because you're trying to create a cultivated garden. We grow them, we water them, we care for them. And then we watch the miracle. The growth part happens by itself. But the watering and the planting and the tilling and tending, that's on you. That was our original job as humans, to care for a garden. And that hasn't changed too much today. It's just the garden is now your life. It's your work, it's your relationships. And make it as beautiful as you can. Don't shortchange yourself. The point here is about the steps and actions that you begin to contemplate. Now, I start out with exercise. That's a part of this for me. I come out here, I do my run, I do my exercise. It makes me feel connected to things. On a more practical level, it proves to me that I can accomplish something, because those kind of changes you make in your body with diet and exercise, those kinds of fundamental choices, they let you know it's possible. If I can do this, then what else can I do? I don't think of myself as some health guy. I'm still craving cheesesteaks, hot wings, and ice cream. I've done something here in my life, and I'm proud of it. And it makes me feel like anything is possible. So that's why it's great for this step to go walk in your yard, walk around the block, go for a run, do something you don't already do, push yourself a little bit, and then be amazed at the growth, be amazed at the change that happens on its own because of choices and steps you make, because of decisions that you planted into action, that you translated your faith into the substance of reality. You made something happen. Now, everybody likes the growth. Everybody who makes a lot of money or loses a lot of weight. But how often do they look at the first steps, the foundational steps, getting your head and your heart right? Get out there, figure out what steps you can take, whatever that idea you have or that relationship you could hope to be better. Start planning something. Things change when you invest. Like when you invest in another human, you might be mad at them. When you take time to reach out to them and extend your heart, and it grows. Things change. They look different. Things feel different. Things are possible. That I can accomplish things. I encourage you to believe in yourself. Go out there and do the hard work, do the sweat. Nothing wrong with sweat. It feels great. And something shifts inside you because you know you're on the right path and anything is possible. So I wish you the very best of luck. I hope you have a wonderful day, and God bless you.